Hello and welcome back on my YouTube channel, Parth Doshi Learning by Doing. So this video is going to be on UiPath forms. In this video, we are going to see how can we insert the data from UiPath form directly into our SQL database. Previously in the UiPath form playlist, I have made videos on how you can put the UiPath form data into an Excel or you can use it for further processing. But in this step, we are going to establish the database connectivity and see how can the data directly from UiPath form can be inserted into the SQL database. Now there are multiple ways of doing that, but we are going to see one of the easiest and simplest way that I have found to put the data from UiPath form directly into the database. So without any delay, let's get started. Okay. So here we need two things. One is a SQL table in which we are going to insert the data. So we will also see how we can create a SQL table. We'll see the complete query of it. And the second thing is we need to create a UiPath form with the same details that we need to insert into the SQL database. And after that, what we are going to see is establishing the connectivity between both of them and directly on click of submit button in the UiPath form, adding the data into the SQL database. Yes. So first let's create the SQL table that we need in which we are going to insert the data. So I have my SQL Server Management Studio, already installed, which you can install. I will add the download link in the description. So here I'm creating a table person in which ID is going to be an integer and it is going to be an auto increment. So to create an auto increment column, you need to write it as this way: identity 1 comma 1. So it will automatically create an auto increment column. Then I have other three columns over here: first name, last name, and age. The first two are of type, you say, varchar. In UiPath, we can say it as string, and the third one is integer. And the primary key is going to be ID, which cannot be duplicate. So once you have created this table, and my database name is learning, right? Within learning, I have created a SQL table called persons in which we are going to insert this data. So this data now we will take as an input from UiPath form, right? So here we have completed the part where we want to create our SQL table. Now let's move ahead and first of all install the packages that we require, right? So since we are using two different features, or you can say products of UiPath, one is UiPath form and other is the database activity, so we need to install both of them. So you need to go to manage packages. In all packages, search for, I have already installed, so I will show that. You need to search for UiPath.database activities. This will give us the SQL activities that we require to establish the connection and to insert the data. And the second one is UiPath form activities, which we will use to create the UiPath form, right? So you need to just simply install both of them. And now let's move ahead and create the form. So I've already built a workflow, but I will explain each part of it. So first, what you need to do is you need to create form. So you need to drag the create form activity, which I have already done over here, right? Now later I will explain what is this build data table in the video and why am I creating it. So let me open the form designer. The form I have already designed. Okay. So this is just a label that I have added, and I have added the three columns that we need to put the data in the SQL table: the first name, last name, and age, right? So if you see over here, here is the first name, which is a text field, then last name, again it is a text field, and age, which is a number. Now we need to access this data outside the form as well. So you need to save the field key of each of them. If you see, the field key of first name is first name, which I've already saved over here. Similarly, because field key is what allows us to access the data which was inserted into a UiPath form in our local variables. Your field key is last name, and let's go over here. Field key is age, which I have already saved over here. So in this way, I have simply created my form and I have given it a theme. You can also give a theme. You can go to preview, and I have this particular theme selected, but in the theme section, you have multiple options, paper and simplex, and then let's keep it as it is, exit preview. So we have successfully created now our form. So we have completed two parts of this particular workflow. One is we have created a SQL table. Second is we have created our form. So now let me click on cancel. You have unsaved changes. Okay. Yeah. So now what we are going to do is there are two methods. As I said, we can insert data in multiple ways. So there are two methods. Let me open the database activities. The first one is we can use the execute non-query method wherein you need to write the insert query, like insert into the table name, then passing the values as the parameters from the UI path. And the other is insert query, which takes the data table and inserts the complete data table into the SQL database that we have. So here the one condition is your data table column names should be exactly same as your SQL table column names. So what I'm doing is in this particular video, instead of writing a query and then passing a parameters, I'm just building a table which is there over here. If you see first name, last name, and age, so I've used a build data table activity, and let me expand it. The first name is string, the last name is string, and the age is an integer as per our SQL table. The same we are giving over here data type, right? And the data table is details dt. Now to access the data which was inserted into a form outside the form, you need to go to form collection, and here you need to type your field keys. If you see first name, last name, and age, and that I have stored in the variable, and the direction should be out because we are accessing outside the form, and the type is going to be string. Then the value is first name, last name, and age. These are my just three simple local variables. Now what I'm doing is I'm using a add data row activity, right? And in the details dt, which I've created with the same column names of my SQL database, I'm adding a row details dt, and then simply over here. And if you want to learn the basics of UiPath forms or the basics of SQL, you know how to write the queries and all that, I have different playlist on both of the topics, so you can just go ahead and watch them. I will add the link in the description as well. Now after adding the row, I am establishing the connection with my SQL database. So you need to click on configure connection, click on connection wizard, select Microsoft SQL Server, okay, and the server name, if you click on connect database engine, your server name is available over here, and I'm using my Windows authentication. So you need to give the server name here in UiPath as well. Okay, let me type it desktop. I have already done that 7OR1 ODF. If you see, learning is available over here. So this is how you can connect your SQL database, and I'm going to click on cancel and cancel. So this is how I have successfully completed the first step of SQL connection, that is we have connected it, and the database connection is stored in a variable called connection which we can use later. Now in the insert query, again you need the connection. In the insert activity you need again the connection, so we are doing that. Now my table name is person, as we can see over here, it is person, and the data table that I want to insert is details dt. Now why have I used this particular method and not the query method? I have used this method because you see it just completed in the one step, and even if I don't know how to write a SQL query, I will still be able to insert the data by just adding the row and passing the data tables. Only the one condition always that will be there is the data table column name should be the same as the SQL table column name. So I've used this insert query, I have passed the connection, the table name, and the details. And always a best practice that is to be followed when you are working with SQL database and UiPath integration is, once you have completed your process, you need to click on disconnect. Okay, so what I'm going to do is let me delete the data from here, delete from persons. So we have an, okay. So let's check again if we have any data. Okay, we don't. So we have successfully created the complete workflow wherein we are first of all creating the SQL table, then we are designing the form, we are creating a data table in which later we are adding the value from the form output, and we are inserting into the database. So you see, it's very simple, and easy steps are there. Now let me click on run. So we will have our UiPath form. Okay, Parth Doshi 22 and submit. Okay, so the execution is completed. Select from. You see, the ID is auto incremented. Before it was 1. Now since there was a data with already ID 1 which got later deleted, that doesn't matter, but it got auto incremented. So we'll run it one more time, and let me put some other name. Okay, let's put Rakesh Roshan, age let's put 45. Submit, and the data with ID 3 shall be inserted. Okay, so you see, we have successfully created a complete workflow which takes the data from the UiPath form and insert it into the SQL database without even writing the query, and in very simple steps. So thank you for watching the complete video. I hope you got a clear understanding of how we can perform this complete integration, or you can say operation of inserting the data directly from UiPath forms to the SQL. Please do like, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel, and keep learning, keep sharing.